Time of 6:30. Let's call the meeting to order. Jake, let's have a roll call.
Scott McCorney.
Here.
Jeremy Hansen.
Here.
Paul Kraus.
Here.
Jason Weasey.
Here.
Travis Kramer.
Here. Notice the Open Meetings Act posted on the back wall. Item 4, public comment. Is there anybody here for public comment tonight? Not on the agenda somewhere else. Anyone? Lots of people. I would take that as a no. Okay, we'll move on to consent agenda. Is there anything we'd like to remove from consent agenda for additional consideration?
Item H. Russ wants to go over some of the things on the Johnson.
I'm gonna call
Okay.
Monty and talk to him about some stuff.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item H as presented.
I'll second that.
Jake, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda minus item H as presented. Let's have a vote.
Jeremy Hansen. Aye. Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye.
Scott McCorney. Aye. Travis Kramer.
Aye. And we don't need to discuss item H right now. You want to just,
Let me go talk to him.
okay.
Do we want to approve it based on your approval of the, or are they going to be upset if they have to wait another month? Just hold it till next month.
Okay. Let's go to item 6, unfinished business. Item A, pickleball court update. Hey, John. Pickleball court update.
I really have not much to, except for what's in your packet. I think Jake put it, I did not, I apologize, I didn't see the packet because I was off work by the time it got done. I think JEO put something in there for the construction fees. Jeremy had asked, and then Jeremy had asked for an electrical bid from, Dan Norman, and he does not do that. So this is what we have, what's in front of you. And I didn't think that JEO was too far off of what Civil Solutions had for their construction fees. So my recommendation would be to approve the design from JEO, since we've budgeted an amount for a pickleball court, and this would get the ball rolling if we were to do something. And Travis had sent me a few things about me and Jake, a few things about a possible grant on some of this. So we're kind of, we need to meet about that a little bit and check into it. It was a really quick grant.
Yeah.
We might have to look for some more. Wasn't that correct, Jake? I mean, this was
at the end of
by the time it was out.
Missed it for this year.
Yeah. So we might have to check into it. But if we have a plan in hand,
Yep.
it might get us a little bit more leverage with grants as well.
Okay. Any comments or questions about the pickleball court?
And it's no rush. I mean, I don't think that we need to approve it right now if you guys want to look it over a little bit more. So
Do we want to get together and table and discuss it? By the committee again?
yes.
Okay. If everybody else is okay with that? Okay, we'll table it for a committee discussion. Okay. Unless there's anything else, we'll move on to the next item. Okay, item B, discussion of firewall quote from Meeks. Jake and I had a chance to meet with John from Meeks and go over it. And after further discussion, it's difficult to quantify the value of firewall, as it's a little bit like insurance. If you don't have it and something happens, what's it cost you? Our firewall is going to expire. So the updates, the firmware updates are going to end, was the way he explained it. And so this was his recommendation based on what they install in other places, on the piece of equipment they install in other places. Like, just that simple. We discussed a little bit about IT technology, how it goes back and forth, packets leaving, exiting, open ports, yada, yada, all that technical stuff. And he was still very firm that this was the right thing for us to do. John didn't join us tonight. No.
Well, when you hear the horror stories about towns like Beatrice being held hostage, somebody gets in there and gets a hold of your computer system, you know, they can put any price they want on.
Yeah, short of us hiring another party to analyze it and come up with a plan that says we don't need it, it's going to cost just as much to do that. At this point, I think unfortunately it is what it is, and it's. I would support it if we.
Talking 5661.80 for first time fee and then $90 a month.
Yes, and this is for two firewalls, one for the library and one for here. So there's some on the positive side with some of the other technology things we talked about, door locks, keypads and things. Having this in place would position us to do some more of that stuff. So I guess there's a bright side to it. That would be it.
Do I have any firewall up on my SCADA system? Do you know? Yes, that's something I haven't.
There should be, SCADA should.
It's a closed system, so you're connecting to their. Yes, for security reasons, I don't want to talk about it in a public meeting anymore. We can talk about it. How about that?
Voted.
So Scott, yes, that is correct. Any other thoughts, comments? Do we want to table it and get more discussion with EECS, or what do we want to do?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented if you're confident. I'll make a motion to approve the estimate from the bid from EECS Office Solutions for $5,661.80 for the firewall and the monthly fees of $90.
Second.
Jake, we have a motion and a second to approve the bid for firewalls and the subscription from EECS in the amount of $5,661.80 plus $90 a month. Let's have a vote.
Paul Kraus.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jason Weasey. Jeremy Hansen. Travis Kramer.
Aye. 7, new business. First thing here, request to appear from Carrie Sapp for windmill base to hold solar light in the Arlington Dog Park. Hi, Carrie.
Hi. I've had some requests from community people about having some type of light down there at the dog park during certain times of the year. There is a light on your street light on First and Ellsworth. Initially, I was thinking something on the building, but Court Shear approached me about an old windmill base that they have at the fairgrounds, and the fairgrounds was not going to do anything with it. I did go down and look at it. It's the base looks like it's about 6 by 6, and it's somewhere between 20 and 25 feet tall. I'm guessing it's laying on its side right now. It doesn't have a top. And I guess I just want to know what your concerns were if we did something like that, put something up like that. I think it needs a concrete base because then there's no mowing underneath of it and it's attached to something. He was willing to donate it and then help me put the structure up. My first thought was, though, where is it at as far as if somebody climbed on it? So that's my first thing.
Yeah.
I'm a little like, I don't know about that. So to move forward with that option, that's why I came to you and said, well, what do you think before we get too carried away with it? So I don't know how far it is to that first leg. Obviously, there's not a ladder on it right now. But yeah, from that once you go up, there's the first leg of it around it, and I don't know how tall that is. So
And then using solar light, so there'd be no wiring.
Correct. I would put, we don't have electricity down at the dog park, so we were thinking solar. Yeah. And the other option I thought about for solar was on the structure down there,
Yeah.
where the picnic table is and things like that. We could put it off that building somehow. Obviously, it's not as high, but it would still give you some light over there by where the gate is, where people walk in. It would be helpful. So I don't think we have a lot of funds left in our account. I'd have to ask. I'm guessing we're maybe $700. So I would have to work on that too for some funds.
Nobody's here from the neighborhood. Think we have any concerns with the neighbors? With lighting back there? I know there were some concerns early on about dogs barking. So is this an issue that we have
I
to?
think if you're talking about lighting more of the entrance, right?
Yeah.
We
I
could,
think it makes sense that it would be down this way on the dog park because there is the street light on First and Ellsworth.
Mhm.
So it needs to be down this way. If I picture it, if I put it on the building, it would be on the east side of the building. So it would not be shining where Mr. Kinkle, and I think he's really good about it. It's not been, I haven't heard any hassle from any of that.
Okay.
So I don't think it would bother him, but I would put it on I would imagine on the east side.
Any thoughts, comments?
is that something we should check with our insurance?
I said I can talk to James and
Yeah,
just see what his thoughts.
make sure they don't have any issues with it. They're probably gonna want a measurement on how far up you have to reach to get a rung to climb up. Maybe John, if you could get some measurements of this thing and get with Jake. At least the base size and how far up.
I could go down there. It's on a container and I didn't take a ladder down there today, so. But yeah, it's gonna take a ladder to get up there to get an accurate measurement, so.
That would be your first preference though, to have that windmill base. That's my question.
I believe so, but I wanna know that it's gonna be cost effective and Cord's gonna have to, like, one of the legs has got some work to do. But he offered, I kind of pushed this away once and Cord came back to me with it, so. I'm like, okay, well, let's entertain this and see how it would benefit. Yeah,
Have you checked in any lighting yet?
I have not. I have, but not currently. I have in the past, yes.
I just didn't know what you were thinking. It was just like a three-
Honestly, I didn't want to get too carried away with this until you guys said yay or nay to that. Because if liability wise, insurance wise, it wasn't gonna fly. I did not want to put a lot of effort into the windmill base. And I think the lighting might be a little different. if We don't go with the base versus if we put it on the building.
Sure.
So I feel like this is just the first step to see where you guys are at with it.
Okay. So Jake, you're gonna check with James on insurance?
Yep.
We're gonna do some measuring on.
I'll go measure. I'll go measure.
I mean, I can
You
too.
don't have to, I'll go do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just gotta take a ladder down.
Okay. Carrie, is that good for now?
Yeah, do we want to look at it next meeting, get some answers on?
That would be
insurance?
great.
I'll get some dimensions.
It probably should be on public record if we're gonna make a decision on something like that.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Okay, let's plan for
Can
that
I
then.
put myself on the agenda for next month right now?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
get you on there.
It's existing business now, so
Perfect,
we good.
thank you.
Any other questions or thoughts on that? Maybe some other solutions. Good.
That's a good moment.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item 7B, request to appear from Jerry and Alter Russell for alleyway between 4th and 5th of Ellsworth Street. Hi there.
Hi, thank you. Thank you all, first of all, for seeing us. Yeah, we had met obviously with your city planning committee and stuff earlier. They had recommended that curb, at least to us, that was what they were saying, to be cut open. And it's going, are you aware of where this is and what alley I'm talking about? Okay, between 4th and 5th Street on Ellsworth, that'd be north of the city park, going north. So there's no curb cut on that street that was put in. And it continues, the issue here is it continues to get blocked when we're down there, with people parking there and stuff. Our county sheriffs and them will not recognize that as an alley without having that cut out. Okay, that's right from their mouths. So that they know that's an alley. So we're wondering if you've made that decision to get it cut or what's plan here is or what we're facing. There's 2 lots back there of ours would be on the east side of the alley bordering the city park back there also that are inaccessible by any kind of a trailer or anything of any size without having that open from Ellsworth.
And I believe we discussed this last fall.
Yes.
About,
and I have
we were
a
getting,
copy of the plat map if you need to see it again.
no, I think I just needed to remember that we voted not to give back the right of way. We're going to maintain it as an alley.
Yes.
Is that how we voted?
Yes, it was the planning commission. They chose not to vacate it and keep it as.
Okay. Well, Jason, do you have any recollection of prior alleys like this where we've not vacated it? Do we have to rock it in? Do we have to do all that? John, do you remember?
Since I've been on board, we haven't had this situation. I know
We've given alleys back, but I don't think we've ever.
it doesn't look like normal alleys. Let's put it that way. So that's it.
Looks like a lawn. I mean, just the
Yeah,
grass is growing.
that's why you guys get paid.
That most likely most long alleys would if nobody ever
Is it-
rocked them.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
So
This was way before me that it has gotten different. Let's put it
Right.
that way.
So we're gonna just put a curb cut in there? Is that what we want to do?
And before we got the street done, I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to there. I don't even.
This is the spot, right?
We along with
Where's that?
utility companies and stuff have used that alley for 65 years.
Coming down, is that?
Am I in the right spot?
This right here.
So looking at the street view, there's utility boxes right there.
There
On
is
either
one
side.
Of the alley, yeah.
Yeah, there looks like one on either side now. There's a phone box and then 2 of the cable flat mounted.
Yeah, those aren't actually flat mounts. Those can be driven.
Do you mind asking what kind of a trailer you're trying to pull back there?
Camper, got a whole boat back there, pull a short wood trailer. And depending on what we decide to do with those lots
Okay.
is the issue. We can't get make use of them. The culvert on the far north end of that is every bit to get a pickup turned over, much less pulling anything behind it.
Otherwise, on the other side, you're coming from Ronnie Weaver's down.
Yeah, right, on the north, that'd be on the north side of the mom's property at 560 North Fifth, right? Between hers and Ron's.
He was being kind of nasty about it. We don't have cross trades.
What if it was more cost effective for the village to put some rock in down there on the north end and give you access out?
It would be a lot more culvert and fix that ditch because
That's
that's.
that area that we were just at.
Yeah.
You can't make that point.
Over here. So here's the spot we're talking about.
Oh, no, go down. On this whole area right here.
Oh, I see.
Is what we're talking about. here.
Okay. The very end of Dodge Street.
Yeah. So you've been accessing it, but there's been times where you haven't been able to because people were parked there.
Yeah,
Gotcha. And you're thinking a curb cut will
well, I know it will.
be the resolution.
Then the sheriff will get people to move vehicles because the people won't move them. So
Gotcha.
We also have the first home going in there north on the west side of the alley. If you can see by your drawings that their deck protrudes 5 foot, a little better than that, into the alley right away. And that house currently vacant and probably being turned over would be a good. County surveyor said there would be markers, metal markers on the ground there on both sides of that 20-foot alley to know where to cut and what to handle with it.
Because this has been treated as not an alley since before we got on the board.
Okay.
I'd like to be able to look at this in a little more in depth before we say what we could do. We can look for those markers, make sure it doesn't interfere with those utility boxes.
Yeah. Well, if
That are there.
it comes to shove, they can move the standing utility box.
Mhm.
They should have probably checked that prior to put it in an alleyway. It's been surveyed and marked out that way forever. This isn't a new survey, it's forever and ever here.
Yeah, it's just right away. So it's. And Jerry, you said on Dodge Street, what was it about the culverts? Because I'm just looking at pictures. What is it about the culverts need to change? Because it looks like the culverts in
In place, it's narrow, it's too
for
narrow.
your camper, it is to pull.
Yeah, for a camper, a boat, or even a little trailer, it's just too narrow.
Okay, so this is about getting
Yeah.
a camper in and out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, or for whatever else we may do with those properties down the road to have easy access to them. There's 2 lots back there.
Two lots?
Yes.
On the GIS, it looks like one large lot.
Yeah.
Is what, that's
Want me to bring this?
on the east side of the alley.
Yeah.
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 This spot right here is what we're talking about.
But it's 2. I don't know who wants to see this, but anyway, going north, here's your alley. Lots 9 and lot 8. 7 is on against Ellsworth. 8 and 9 are up here, and here's the alley, other east-west alley. So it's lots 8 and 9, track 2. I had left a bunch of copies of
What's
those.
interesting is even the parcel IDs.
Can I turn this
Are the
over
same.
in a second?
Yeah,
Just so I can
no, I have, that's why I was out, easier for me looking at it. Be my guest. There you go.
Yeah.
Just do it however you want. Here's the alleyway right here.
Okay.
Here's Ellsworth.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So see, look at how they have it divided up on GIS. They have one big lot
Yeah.
and then these 2.
No.
But Paul, if you click on it, it's the same parcel ID.
Oh, it is.
So, yeah, it's parcel. And you click on this,
Oh, okay.
it's one parcel. So
All right.
basically, when there's a line here, it's really would show it as one property.
Mhm.
Well, that would be because mom owns it all. Yeah.
Sure, but,
Okay,
but
that's what I'm
if it
saying.
was truly sellable in 2 pieces,
Yeah.
you'd have 2 parcel
There'd be
IDs,
different
meaning
things.
right now you couldn't even legally sell that one without the other. 'Cause
Oh,
They don't have it split.
okay, well,
I'm
I'm
just-
not going to anyway.
No, sure, I'm just letting you know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I did not know. So, okay. But anyway, they are separate lots per se.
Yeah.
Or I should have got copies of that again for you. You see where that is? The alleys are kind of lots 8 and 9.
8, 9, that's, okay, that's
that parcel.
Yeah.
And that's that parcel.
You can see the little alleyway, the 20-foot alleyway through there coming off Ellsworth, right? You see it?
They're divided into tax.
I'm just trying to compare. It still looks like 2 parcels.
Tax parcel on your list. It does divide it.
Yeah, because for this, we show 4, 8, 9 are 3 different parcels where GIS is showing it as just one. that they've been merged.
If you go up there and click the box for tax parcels, you get more lines.
Over the layers. What tax?
There we go.
Breaks it up.
Or is pulling a boat and camper down there,
That doesn't mean.
plan on storing them.
You have to.
No, but we put it down there sometimes and mark on them. We may want to put buildings back there. We may want to do a lot of things back there. This is mainly to get some access guaranteed to this and open so we can get in and out of there. Yeah, several pieces of ground that are just difficult to access is all, and that's not real functional at all.
Necessarily, I mean, you'd be good at cutting the curb, but you'll have to rock it too.
No, I don't care about that.
Or you're not concerned about that?
No. No, and because real honestly, if it was real wet or muddy, I wouldn't do it. Okay, this isn't an everyday thing or a have to everyday thing or anything. And like I said, if it's real wet, I just wouldn't use it. I don't care necessarily. Probably don't want rock and gravel. It's nice the way it looks for them. I'm not trying to antagonize the people at Ellsworth entrance,
Can't we just
but in the same right.
mark that curb, paint it red and say no parking? And then enforce it that way?
If you had access from.
Put a sign there that says LA
Fine
access.
with that.
Sure.
The thing that scares
Yeah,
me,
you got access, but you would have to insert extra culverts. These are big culverts this time. And fill in that ditch and build it big enough that there wasn't even hardly a turn there to be able to get into there. Other than that, doesn't make a difference, yeah. That would provide the access that was necessary. Sounds costly to me.
Well, we have something in the works right now. So that might be an option on the other end.
the thing that scares me about cutting the curb is now all of a sudden those two houses get water in their basement
Well,
because
forget
that's not drying.
Flooded in those lots back there from the new street that was put in there now already.
Well,
You know, you surely somebody's told you about how that's coming across through those people's yards and getting everything back there.
we're looking at some drainage.
It's happening.
Yeah.
That's literally what we just had a meeting. No, we are looking at, we were just down there walking around. Trying to.
That's fine.
That ditch on the north side along
To vacate the alley, not to.
there in between Ronnie's and Mom's, if you've been by that recently,
The properties.
is digging out horrible. I don't know if it needs big rock in it, and I don't mean rock, I mean, that's gonna be a nightmare shortly to fix for the city or something, because it's digging and it's getting. I know y'all, I mean.
No, we honestly, we were just down there. I mean, last time it was raining.
That's not the goal.
Yes, no. No, we will try to find some kind of solution, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to have a committee meeting on this
Mhm.
and see what we can come up.
Yeah.
Maybe get JEO down there, somebody that can give us some ideas on what we could include.
Yeah, if cutting that curb is gonna cause issues, we don't want to push for that either. That's not the goal here.
John, you had something to add?
Well, I know, Paul, I know you were unable to attend the meeting today, but we've discussed this with them by extending the storm sewer down there. So maybe it's a possibility we could make that access on the north end bigger with.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because we talked.
Conversations we had was.
Storms were all the way into the park.
Yeah.
I know you weren't at the meeting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what's on the next.
Because we were talking about shooting it underground here to come out here to go there to get over to the.
Yeah.
So how much bigger are you thinking about that culvert down there? That would be a nice.
They haven't.
It would be a nice fix if something like that worked without dealing with the Ellsworth part. That's totally functional with us. Absolutely.
If we could put a better
Yeah,
access in on the north side, you'd be okay with
I
that.
mean,
that'd be great. And,
Well, let us get through that planning process and give us some time.
Yeah, John,
but,
just,
and I hate to ask, but what is time?
John Moore.
what I was trying to say is in the meantime, I could paint the curb red and I could put a sign up that says alley access, no parking.
because it is.
I would hate to cut a curb out and then create problems up there. We're trying to fix problems and now we've created another one. You know what I mean?
That's what scares me. We've had that
Agreed.
street done and then they had to redesign it because water was rushing down that street in the door on the corner.
Right.
And so I don't want to cause another place for water to get off of that
Agree
street.
with that. That's
Yeah.
fine. If you're looking at something, we appreciate it.
And further into our meeting, we have a discussion to make another amendment. If you want to stick around and listen to it, you can, it's exciting, but.
I have some trust you on that. So,
No, but in the meantime, if you guys, with your permission, I can paint the curb red so wide and say alley access, no parking. Get a sign. That might be a temporary fix.
And it is, we're not making this up. It really is an alley, so.
Yeah, yeah. I can get the pins located and paint the curb.
Your other
Sounds good.
concern, yeah, that
You okay with
deck
that?
is in the alleyway, like you said, so.
pardon?
Like you said, your concern is that deck is probably in the alleyway, actually. Right?
What is?
The deck.
On that house.
Yeah, if you look at the plat map from the county surveyor that I just had, does anybody want to make a copy of that or anything?
Is this a deck here?
The plat. Yeah. If it's surveyed.
Yeah,
I see it, but I don't know where the deck is according to that thing either.
Well, the
We'll make a copy.
county surveyor shows the deck protruding into the alley here. So,
From the out.
According to the lines, what end of the house is on it?
yeah,
Those lines are never right.
No, I agree.
Right.
I mean, you have to go find the pins. I agree, but
Well, I'm okay with painting the curb and seeing what we can do on the north end in our next project down there.
right.
And John, there's not really a curb there, is there?
Oh,
There's a curb.
Oh, yeah.
the curb.
Yeah, there's a curb. Yeah. There again, when JEO did that originally, they usually just did, if there was an alley approach currently there.
Yeah.
And there was no alley approach, there was just a curb cut out. They probably figured it was a driveway or somebody did that for a house. They probably had no idea there was an alley there. Because it doesn't look like an alley, let's put it that
We
way.
left it that way years ago because the alley really doesn't go anyplace, except for the people that live on that street. And nobody was, just going up and down it. So we didn't care if it was.
Was the curb cut out before this last street project?
I guess, I
You guys remember?
The curb up there.
There was no curb.
That's right.
There was no curb.
Yeah, it was
There
asphalt.
was no curb. Yes,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Okay.
I'm like,
Well, we just want it marked so that we don't cause any problems with anybody.
Yeah.
We don't want to fight with anybody or get anybody mad or.
no.
It sounds like we can do that and we'll try and find a better answer on that north end.
All good and appreciated. Thank
All
you.
right.
We appreciate it. We do.
Bet.
Thank you very much.
We'll get out of your hair now.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, on to item C, streets. Committee reports, John, Paul, and Jason.
I'll defer to Russ's report since I've been helping him more. No, not a lot. So I'm trying to get ready for summer, started mowing, helped Russ quite a bit. There was some contractors about painting the pool, which we'll discuss here in a little bit. Started getting the pool all cleaned up, ready to go. Just got bathrooms going, old patched around town a little bit here and there. We did meet with, it's not on here, but Jason and I and Paul, Russ met with JEO about the project that we have just discussed. That's about it.
He's gonna get us updated drawings because he was gonna adjust some stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
The drawings were sitting in the back.
your
here.
name's on here too. You can.
The drawings were sitting back here on this table. I don't think they got tossed or anything.
Okay. Thought this was for first and now. Plain in hand.
No,
Oh,
this was for the Dodge Street.
okay.
That's the amended part of Dodge Street.
Okay.
Because we were talking about inlets and we're trying to figure out the flooding and there are several things.
I think Peyton's on the Zoom meeting for that.
Okay, anything else for the committee? If not, we'll move on to the next item, discussion and possible approval of Amendment 1 for Dodge Street improvement from JEO. Hi, Peyton.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Perfect. You guys had a great segue into this.
We tried.
My name is Peyton. I'm out of our Grand Island office, but I'm working with Brent on your Dodge Street improvements project. So he was up meeting with some of you the beginning of this month. And during that plan in hand review, some of this discussion came up about some additional services being added to the project. So the first one being kind of some drainage concerns coming from Ellsworth down to Fifth Street. So this amendment addresses the reconstruction of Fifth Street, kind of trying to mitigate some of those drainage issues that you're seeing, whether that be some more storm sewer along that street and reconstructing that one. And then the other part of the conversation was extending the storm sewer on the north side, where that area you guys were discussing earlier, just east of the Dodge Street paving limits. So extending that storm sewer from Dodge Street to the east side of the trail. So those are the two kind of areas that that was discussed to be added to the project. And so what this amendment is the design, the additional survey that it would take for these, as well as additional geotech amended and just added to the original scope of services. Kind of pause there if there's any questions or if we want to go further into, I guess, each of those areas.
If you make a motion also.
I'll make a motion to accept the approval of Amendment 1 for the Dodge Street improvement.
I'll second.
Jake, we have a motion and a second to approve the amendment for the Dodge Street improvement from JEO in the amount of $36,900. Is that correct, guys?
Yep.
Let's have a vote.
Jason Weezy.
Yep.
Paul Kraus.
All right.
Jeremy Hansen. Aye. Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Hi, Peyton, we made it easy.
Sounds good.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you guys.
All right. Let's move on to item D, water sewer. Water sewer committee. Russ, Paul, and Travis. Russ, what do you got?
Oh, this, that normal fun leak we had on Poplar Street. Got that fixed. What, 3 or 4 days of not fun, not sleep.
We've had some requests that next time wait until do it when it's not raining, if you would.
We can handle that.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Or when they need rain, like the farmers.
Yeah.
You
We
guys,
got that fixed.
you did a great job. You guys were all over it, and boy,
We gonna try to find that valve up by the school. John thinks there's one up on the north side. So we're gonna take the vac truck, start, because we gotta get something fixed.
are you thinking after school's out?
Yeah, probably after school's out. We'll go
Less attention, yeah.
and see if we can find that valve. If not, we'll see if we can get the other ones fixed in the street.
Okay.
If that happens in the winter or you can shut off. I don't wanna do that again live. That would have been a.
John, is that the same area where we had a fiber line go through and we couldn't get it shut down?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was just it would have been just to the,
North of it.
the shut-offs were just to the, we did get one shut-off fixed though, in the meantime.
Yeah.
Concrete, that's so we could get on it, so that might have helped that particular problem.
Yeah.
All that fiber up on top.
Yeah, the one up
Yeah.
on top where they put that temporary,
That temporary valve in. Yeah, that would have probably shut that
that
off.
would have probably shut that off, the one that we did repair.
That was full of concrete.
Yep.
And you have one more spot to concrete at some point there?
We're getting that done tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay, cool.
So hopefully we don't have one of those for a while again. The sewer side. Still working with that Muffin Monster, to get that approved. We have seen, I think we've had some improvement with the rainwater. I mean, we haven't had a ton of rain, but I haven't had really one high level. It wasn't that high down there. The numbers have been good, so hopefully we're seeing some improvement there.
And Johnson's is done.
Johnson's are done. Monty called me last week. He was hoping he'd get the report done by this meeting, but he'll have it done by next for sure.
Okay.
Or I'll sit down with you too. Trav, we'll go over and kind of figure out the areas that need attention.
Sleeved or whatever it is. Okay. Okay. The north side or east end of Katy out in the field, we've got a couple manholes out there.
Yep.
Have we spoke to the farmer about us wanting to put something up to keep them from being run over?
I have not. I was thinking about this the other day. We got some green stakes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Taylor make a bolt that goes right through the manhole, pull it right on the manhole. So I'll have to go around it.
Okay. You don't plan to say anything to them?
Are
Okay.
they gonna be taller than corn?
That's the problem.
No, well,
Springtime will be good.
Well, the corn shouldn't affect, I mean, they can drive over,
they can drive over them. It's their laying
drag it.
their disc and planters in the spring is
Cause they're grabbing the ring and moving it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but I can go talk to them too.
and
I didn't know if it just,
I looked at our easement through there. We had a temporary easement, but now it's just an easement, so, and we don't have anything written in writing that says they can't farm right over the top. Let's put it that way.
So that's why I think if I put that, it sticks out probably 4 foot. Well, and in orange. Then I should be able to put a bolt right through there. That's plan. And that'll bend when I go over it. Wow.
did we do something wrong on that project that if it was temporary, that should have been buried
Well, the
down?
temporary easement got us 25 feet.
Yeah.
Now, when the easement expired, we have access to it, but if we disturb any of their farm ground.
Yeah.
We have to pay to have it put back.
Okay. Okay, so if we put,
Say, for instance, something would go wrong during their season of growing.
yep,
And we went in there and destroyed it,
sure,
we would have to give them compensation for going in there.
and that makes sense.
Yeah,
But like right around the manhole, you want to make sure that it doesn't get hit and drug off.
and we don't have, there's nothing in there that says that it's gonna be marked and you have to farm around it. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
So,
And there was a stake, that stakes had to just be broke
yeah,
on that one, because it was laying right there,
it was probably just drove inside.
Okay.
right on top of the ground.
Okay. Anything else for water sewer reports? Paul, anything? Guess we'll just wait and get together after we get the report from Johnson's.
Yeah.
On to item B, discussion and possible approval of quote for JWC Muffin Monster and accessories from electric pump.
The other one was gonna cost 25,000 a fix.
And this one should be a lot cheaper if it fails down the road. So
And a lot less,
more serviceable.
yes. I mean, everything's, they're.
Yeah.
The berries are. Field buried. Or that one with field berries, but they're saying you have to check the oil on them every year. Which made no sense. Yeah, it was just a whole,
Do you remember the name of the company that sold us our last one?
Yeah, Iowa pump,
Iowa Pump, okay.
or Midwest pump now.
Just want to make sure I know that if I ever get one of their invoices in front of us.
You're not gonna get one from here. Because
Yeah.
they haven't impressed me whatsoever.
That's
And I
too
have good
bad.
Things about them.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the quote from electric pump in the amount of $49,500 for the Muffin Monster.
I'll second.
Jake, we have a motion and a second to approve the bid from Electric Pump in the amount of $49,500 for the JWC Muffin Monster and accessories. Let's have a vote.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
All right.
Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Sounds good, Russ. Thank you.
Right, yeah, can't get here soon enough.
Says it's out 4 to 6,
Yesterday morning, what I got,
4 to 6 weeks. So what it said, 10 to 12 weeks?
they said hopefully 6.
Okay.
So,
So that could be the end of this week. You're talking, yeah, that would be nice.
that would be nice on the following here.
And they have to install it, or is that something we can? Okay,
So they have to review the whole animal. I'll hope they can use the same one. I'm gonna keep all that. And if I can ever find the bottom parts for the old one.
Yeah.
And get it fixed. I'll be able to swap it out, throw that one in. For a spare.
Okay, item E, police. Washington County Sheriff's Report. Sheriff Robinson, Scott McCorney, and Jason Weesey is the committee.
Look like the sheriff's online tonight, so it's just us.
I didn't have anything, Scott, did you?
Yeah, it's. Learn about dogs, I guess, personally.
Like off the leash dogs? kind of?
Yes, I mean, yesterday alone, I was charged by 4 different dogs, 2 working in my landscape in my yard, going for a walk, 2 more. I mean, I know we need to put something out there on Facebook, just a reminder. Dog, keep them maintained and on leashes and stuff like that.
Did you notice if any of them had licenses?
What's
Did
that?
you notice if any of them had a license on there?
As he's running away.
No,
That's your right.
Hey,
Is there a bike rack?
I
I didn't ask.
did get chopped by one of them and I learned to make it happen again. For the record, but yeah, that's my only main concern at this point.
So some of our problem is we don't have an actual.
This has been a problem that I've checked into before. The deputies aren't equipped to pick up animals,
Right.
The K9 unit might be able to do it, but then they've got their dog. They're not gonna. So we can take them to Fremont, or used to be.
I don't know if we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where we would.
So, yeah, we really have no option. We've talked to the shelter in Blair before and they don't want to participate.
They actually reached out a couple of
They did?
weeks ago about wanting to talk, but they have yet to respond after I answered them. So I'm not sure what the status is with that.
But then we still have to figure out who's going to get the dogs there because it's probably not fair to ask the deputies to handle.
They're dog catchers.
They're not trained. They don't have the equipment or. So
Jake, do you want to see if you can get a hold of them again and find out what they're offering?
Yeah, I can email them back again and see.
Okay.
Because I know they wanted to have a discussion about things and just haven't heard back from them yet.
Okay. Anything else for the sheriff or the committee? If not, we'll move on to parks. Item F. A, Parks and Library reports. Jeremy, Travis, and Library Board, and
I cannot receive their minutes yet.
no minutes. Okay, so we don't have a library report this month. Go ahead.
Sure. For us, we're still looking for a pool manager, so I'm gonna be making a few phone calls, but if you have someone that you might know that is looking for summer work, still in need of that person. Yeah, and then we will explore the pickleball, now with the bids for the engineering to come in. And still working on auditorium stuff as far as what that looks like with door systems, but
And speaking of that, we did get a $500 grant from AYF to go towards that.
The
That had security.
awesome.
Is that something that you're talking at the auditorium, right?
Correct.
That will replace the box that nobody can seem to figure out how to work now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I
I got a call recently. As somebody was finally figuring it out, they were talking to me on the phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
Anything else for the committee? Okay, then we'll move on to item B. Discussion of cleanup and disposal of animal waste in parks. Paul, would you like to discuss this?
I saw a post on Facebook. Somebody had posted on the discussions page about people leaving dog waste on the street or the sidewalks. And then I was sitting down at soccer practice with, several other people down there, we get a whole bunch of people down there. And one of the guys that was setting it up said he went around and picked up a whole pizza box full of dog poop beforehand and was just really frustrated with, what can we do about this? So I said, well, we can put it on our agenda and talk about it. I said, other than putting security cameras up everywhere, it's going to be hard to police. I don't know if you put an ordinance in effect that has a high fine.
We talked to some, it doesn't seem to affect it as well.
I know that some people that live in apartments have to pay fines based on DNA testing. I personally know somebody that got fined because of that. They can DNA test it. So
That would mean we'd have to have every dog in town DNA tested before that. I mean, when you move into an apartment, you have a pet. Your dog gets DNA tested. Now, whoever's the culprit is, I'm not gonna blame the dog because the dog obviously, pick up their own. Easy. But the person who owns the dog, I mean, they have to get the DNA test and that costs them to get that.
well,
Is this the area you're talking right here?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it worthwhile to get a stand or something and have the little bags?
I don't
trash bag there.
what do you think
We
about
can
it?
try it.
I mean,
We're trying.
is it not?
It's certainly not gonna, I mean, and if we provide people with the bags, there's no excuse,
People don't don't recap waste complaints or something.
On the trail, I've heard of complaints on that trail constantly.
Thing too.
Yeah.
Oh, I've walked that trail and seen it there too. So that's why I'm like, I wonder if
Yeah.
I don't know if that's our job to do that though or not. I don't know.
I'll get some prices off about that for next meeting.
That sounds good.
Do we have one down at the?
The dog park.
They're just hanging on the fence. They're just little,
Gotcha.
like tubes, like PVC tubes with some
Gotcha.
Walmart sacks in them. But
And I know that's a pain in the ass because then you guys have to go and make sure they're stocked and then clean the dumpster out or the butt.
But if they work,
just put
if they work, that's a lot easier than
Yeah.
the alternative.
Do we have an ordinance that regulates the fine if you caught somebody? Even if you wanted to enforce it, do we have anything on the books that says it's a penalty?
I think we were looking the other day and didn't find anything, but we can.
I just quickly looked in Blair's and couldn't find anything on theirs.
Okay. I was just curious, even if we found somebody, there's no fine or grant, okay. Okay.
Your own monitoring.
Oh, I believe.
Fully armed.
I've cut.
Fully armed drone.
Down there mowing or we're down there mowing.
That's-
You can run it over.
I'm sure.
Just flying up in your face, weed eating. It's not fun. But
Right after I get my water tower washing drone built, I'll build one to monitor for people.
Cool.
You have about
All right. Anything else on animal waste? Okay, we'll move on. Discussion of the pool manager vacancy. Jeremy, you have more do you want to add to it? You mentioned it in our report.
Yeah, not really. We didn't have the manager come back from last year, so now we're in search and yeah,
Yeah, I've sent things to the school, I've posted on the Arlington and the Fremont pages, nothing.
nothing. Don't know.
We don't get a manager alternatively. What are you thinking?
We do have assistant managers that would be available and we would have to explore whether or not that is a feasible option. If not, then
What's the expected time range per week
for what?
for the manager? Is it 40 hours a week?
Oh,
Well, I mean,
yeah, manager.
it could
Shaylee never
be,
did that much.
but they could be 20 to 40
So
depending on.
20 to 40 is what you're looking for.
Yeah. If they're managing, if we have assistant managers that are qualified as assistant managers and we can find a manager that can manage
Yeah.
the overall aspect of the pool,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have to be 40.
Okay.
You thinking about it, Paul?
No, I don't have. I'm just curious if I'm, trying to twist somebody's arm, what I can promise them. I know of two former lifeguards, but they're way too busy with kids of their own right now.
Okay. With that said, we'll move on to D, which is also the pool discussion and possible approval of quotes for swimming pool painting. John.
I don't have the quotes right in front of me, but the one is from Miller Painting, the other is from a pool company out of Omaha. This is just gonna be a temporary fix because I didn't foresee this happening. Over the winter time, we'd had some peeling of paint, which is gonna cause a risk for injury with kids cutting their feet on the bottom of the pool. There's gonna be two sections that'll need to be I'm assuming they're like, probably 15 by 15 areas. And then the one slope with a.
Do we have the bids in here to approve?
Permission,
I don't see him.
I didn't see them either.
Interesting.
Do you know how long it's been since it's been painted?
It has been 5 years, but with the
And that's about all the warning you get.
bond going through, I didn't want to push the issue if we were gonna just tear it down next year, but I don't foresee that, but for us to get open, I think to repaint the pool is gonna be around 30 to 35,000, and this is a fix on, because I did have two companies come in, and the one company that didn't paint the pool originally said everything else looks great. I mean, your pool, I've went through a lot of pools and everything else looks great for your paint, your caulk and everything, so.
We recaulked last year too, didn't we?
Not last, we recaulked when we painted the pool.
Oh, just that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we don't recaulk every year,
I
no,
was thinking we'd do some touch up last year.
no,
And there's no warranty on those paint jobs, is there?
no. Yes, there is, when they leave. And they did come back a couple of years ago, and Miller did say that, that they might have, because when they did it originally, the wind blew that day, and they came back and repaired the areas, and he thinks that's the area that we're having the problem. He said this time they're gonna sandblast it, because right after they got done painting, I noticed some imperfections in the paint, so they came back and repaired it. They power washed it and repaired it. But he doesn't think that it probably didn't get it great, but they're gonna power wash them areas, or not, they're gonna sandblast them areas now.
There's two quotes.
We got two bids for it. Yeah,
Remember when I sent them to you?
I'm looking at my email right now.
Is that one may have gone away.
Arlington pool proposal.
One's from Miller's, one is from. It's one of them.
Miller Painting, I found one, so
The other one, I hope it didn't go away because it's one of them, them ones that it's a bidding site where you have to accept bid and
Approve it or
Okay.
not approve it.
so the bid from Miller Painting and Decorating,
6500,
500.
6500, and the other one was 7800. Fine, I can't find it either.
Miller Painting.
Platinum, here it is, Travis.
Okay.
You know?
Sure. Miller Painting, 6,500.
It's 7412.
And the old 7412. And John, you're good with low bid?
Oh, yeah, yeah, they've done our pool the last 4 times that we've got it done, and they've do it. And the guy from Platinum said this pool is amazing, except for this one area. It's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the,
I was just reading the notes. It's kind of interesting. Some of the notes, I don't know. You don't have one of those. I'm not opening it.
Contingent on, oh, yeah. No, that is something that needs to be done no matter. Because I don't foresee us getting a new pool.
Well, I'd make a motion that we approve, the painting of the pool bid from Miller Painting for the amount of 6,500.
I'll second that.
Jake, we have a motion and a second to approve the bid from Miller Painting in the amount of $6,500. Let's have a vote.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasel.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye. Item G, cemetery report, Jake, Scott, and Jeremy.
So is they're just dying to get in, I guess. As far as routine maintenance will be. Fun job of trimming and mowing out there.
Yeah, and cutting trees down. We got some trees we need to.
This is probably crunch time with Memorial Day coming.
Yeah, I mean, some limbs that are like caught up in the trees that we're gonna have to get up there and get. Yeah.
Marked plot 2 of those. No sales. I got marked 2 spots out there this month, but other than that, it's been pretty slow.
Anything else for cemetery? If not, let's move on. H, administrative, Washington County Building Permit Report. Do we have any new starts?
So it looks like they're working on that house at 8th Street, huh? So it is habitable, evidently. Isn't that what they were dealing with? Whether or not they could take possession of it?
I think they were dealing with the permitting itself, right, Jake?
Yeah, that did burn that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they reached out during the month and
Yep.
wanted to know if it was okay if they pretty much proceeded with permits. And we told them as long as nothing's changing, like,
Yep.
you guys are the ones who put the notices on it and everything, so as long as they were good with it, we were good with it. But it sounded like he was basically just renewing all those permits that needed to be picked back up.
Jake, did you ever figure out the address?
We did not. We've been looking into that and can't find a surefire answer on that.
There's a property on County Road 9, a new property development, and they're asking Jake to assign an address to it. We don't have any history of the village doing that.
Never assigning any addresses out there.
Let's move on. Clerk report, Jake.
We did do some Keno Fund paperwork, and that's something we need to discuss in terms of if that's something we want to continue on with or not. We renewed it for this year just because there was more paperwork we needed to fill out to catch back up. So everything should be caught back up where we want it. So that'll just be a discussion of whether we want to continue on with licensing that every year or not. Lifeguard, pool manager items, like I said, I sent over flyers, paperwork, things like that to the school, Facebook, other places, and haven't got a lot of hits. Got plenty of lifeguards and assistant managers. Technology configurations, I've personally just been working on trying to get some of our things updated and organized. I don't know if you've all seen that back room that we had going, but I pretty much eliminated like 3 computers and it seemed to have not made any difference. So, which brought us to the next point of meeting with EECS and kind of seeing what's actually needed back there. So I think we're moving in the right direction and everything's getting brought up to where it needs to be. Kate's been meeting with some random software companies. GWorks, we were supposed to update to the cloud, I believe, last year at this point. And there's been no word of it again, and it just seems like they've been raising the price with
Still nothing.
nothing to go for it. So there's been some other companies kind of coming into the mix and offering a little bit more. So Kate's just been meeting with them and seeing what they have to offer. And then working on our sidewalk program, and we got a rough draft of that for our next discussion.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna, should I go down to that or should I do the one, Jake, C?
There we go, Elise, yeah.
Okay. So let's jump into item C, discussion, and expiration of lease agreement at 445 North Second Street. From my recollection, we've had this property for years and she's leased it from us as part of her lawn.
Yes.
And the lease ends May 1st of this year.
And so 2 things, now it'll be back in our possession to maintain.
Well,
She doesn't wish to renew.
she mowed it. We maintained, like, if there was a tree limb or something that fell down, we went down and got it out.
Yeah.
We can.
So all we have to do is just let it expire and take over the maintenance of it.
Maintenance of it. Should we consider putting it up for sale? Bid? And get it off our books altogether?
Well, I think we have to look at the fact that it's green space. I don't think we can sell it.
Oh, really?
That was a flood buyout at one point, I believe.
Oh, okay.
When was that? That was way before.
Years ago.
Way before.
I think that's why we have this lease, because we couldn't do anything with it. And it has to stay green space. So I don't know who we check with on that, Jake, to see, but to my recollection, that's why we were doing it, because nobody could build it. And she was willing to display her art on it and keep it a nice looking place. So,
Okay. Well,
but yeah, I think she's getting older and maybe she just doesn't want to hassle with
Yeah,
With the maintenance.
afterwards, where I'm 82, I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with it anymore.
So you can build on a floodplain lot, you just can't build on a floodway lot. You
You
should bring the lot up, the
Yeah.
building up.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if that was, if there FEMA involved or something.
I don't remember. This happened before my time on the board. I just remember being told why we do this, because it was a flood buyout. So
But I don't.
it could be just raise it up to the current level and then you could sell it, but you know,
The structure itself need to be raised up,
yeah,
because according to,
there's no structure on it. So to build a new structure, I think you would have to haul in.
Or raise
the
the, or
building
raise the
itself
building
would be
itself.
raised up. I mean, it look funny, but I just didn't know. Like, I know, I have to ask these questions as the floodplain administrator now. I'm pretty sure you can
Yeah.
build on a lot in a floodplain.
Yes,
You can't build on a lot in a floodway.
yeah, you're right on that. So,
But if it's declared green space and the village took it over, then maybe we can't.
well, who knows? You know, if this happened over 20 years ago, which I think is about the time it happened,
Yeah, I don't know.
who knows what rules have changed since.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would not be opposed to seeing what our options are.
yeah.
And
If we can sell it, yeah.
we sell it, why not?
That's something like girl that thought. There's no kind of answer. The
oh,
floodplain people.
Lori last, oh, you mean, yeah, she would, I don't, we'd have to look into how we acquired the lot, let's put it that way. Yeah. That would be something through NEMA or probably, or how we acquired that. Yeah, we could probably, and then the courthouse probably know that. How the village acquired it.
Yeah, I'm sure we could reach
Yeah,
out.
like the dog park, that's owned by Papio Missouri River Natural Resources.
Yep,
This one's not. It actually says Village of Arlington.
yeah, that's what I wondered, yeah, because
If we bought it from, yeah, I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting, but
but you should be able to do it by
maybe
title history, the county should be able to do that.
Yeah.
transfers over. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's check into that.
worth the conversation at least.
Mhm.
Okay. On ownership. Okay, that leaves us to item D, discussion and possible approval of sidewalk.
So we looked into some other cities that had a program somewhat like this. A couple bigger ones we found were like Lincoln and Grand Island, but we modified it down to try to fit us a little bit better. Essentially, what it would do is the funds from Burdell Trust would go to a sidewalk program to basically reimburse people a certain percentage or dollar amount towards fixing up some of the sidewalks around town. The numbers we've kind of come out to look at, find them here.
$3 per square.
Yeah, $3 per square foot
For mud jacking.
and then up to $10 per square foot for sidewalk replacement. Essentially, people would come to us, fill out an application. We would go out, look at the area, see if it, met the needs for what we were looking for. They would do the work, have it done, come back to us, submit receipts, everything, and then we'd reimburse them, X amount for it. Hoping it's a way to get some of these sidewalks around town fixed up because there's a lot of trouble spots.
Will this become part of the consent agenda? Just recommendations for approval and just
Yeah. it would
Payment?
turn to that. Going forward, if this were to pass that, we'd have to have an ordinance for it and those steps first also.
got it? Well, it looks like you guys done a nice job putting this together. Are there any preferred areas right now that you would give preference to doing work first, or is it just first come, first serve?
We haven't really went around lately, so
Yeah, we'd have to, go out and,
It's okay. I didn't
all of
know.
us can go out and then we'll compare notes and say,
Yeah.
well, this is what we thought, yeah.
So next month we'd have to turn it in an ordinance first, that's where we can start, oh, right?
Yeah, we'd have to have it
yeah,
approved.
so
Then
if
we
there
could
was any
publicize it.
edits or information you found that you wanted to clean up a little bit, we'd have time to do so.
Okay. We want to have them proceed with writing up an ordinance.
But
Let's do it, Jake. All right, nice job. Anything
so
else?
does it have to be an ordinance to do the grant? Is that what the lawyer said?
So Grand Island, they had an ordinance in place for it. I don't know. You have to.
I would just ask the attorney if it has to be an ordinance or if we can just have it be like a just a grant, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Because the thing is if we make it an ordinance, then you have to probably offer it every year.
correct.
Whereas at some point in time, that money might run out, that we don't have it every year.
Yeah, and that was my one question with it all, you know.
Maybe I would,
Change the amount on it.
well, yeah, I would say just keep it. I mean, if they say we have to do it as an ordinance, then we should do it as an ordinance, but I can't imagine we would have to.
We're a nonprofit. Can we do a grant?
I see what you're saying.
That's probably the hang up. It's
So,
gotta be specific, probably an ordinance specific to these funds from this person. And as long as they exist, the program exists kind of thing.
Yeah, like they said, we will do this while funds last, and when the funds are out, like it's done for the fiscal year, and we can restart if we have funds for the next
I
year.
gotta call him. I just asked him if it has to be an ordinance or if he,
Yeah,
If it ends up being an ordinance, probably should put the Verdell Ganuzzi
yes.
yeah,
specifically on there as the funding for this.
yeah.
And once that's gone, this is gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
First come, first serve, cause you'd have 50 people sign up and it would be like. What are we gonna put, you know?
Right.
That's what you were planning, right, John?
What's that?
First come, first serve, right? I mean, as long as it's time stamped, the application,
Yeah,
the application's time stamped.
as long as it's approved by the board and us. I mean, if somebody comes in and says, oh, I got a crack on the school corner over here, I want to replace my whole sidewalk, then obviously we're gonna say, no.
Right.
Your thought is
There's all kinds of different.
they'll apply for it. You'll look and go yay or nay.
See if it's,
Bring it to us to say we want to proceed with it.
It's a sidewalk running up to their front door. Yeah, that doesn't
take
qualify.
pictures of it and say that, yeah, just because there's a little lip that big, that you don't need to replace all. Yeah. There's a lot of worse ones in town, that's why we go around town and look, and hopefully those people will come.
All right. All right. Anything else? If not, we're on to item 8.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Jake, we have a motion and a second for adjournment. Let's have a vote.
Jason Weasey.
Yep.
Paul Frost.
Yep.
Darren Hanson.
Yep.
Cap Twenty. Pat Kramer.
Hi, come on up. Sign those forms.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. On her other kids leaving our house or the baby being.
Anybody can.
Yeah, 2 days was a long time to watch the mother